We offer a traditional CapEx model where if somebody wants to go and buy the platform, we can sell that to them, and just as people would traditionally buy systems. We also have our Flex, which is effectively storage as a service, where people can buy only what they need when they need it, and we manage the asset, but they get to take advantage of it, and we upgrade not just the controllers, but the entire configuration to the latest and greatest, the newest, fastest stuff every 3 years. But the model that's the most interesting is our elastic pricing, because you get to take the advantage of both the CapEx and the OpEx models. So you'd buy as much capacity as you need today as a baseline, but we're going to still ship the full system configuration with the full capacity. And then you can add whatever you need when you need it, if you want, on a CapEx model. But more importantly, you can do it on an OpEx model. Just what you need when you need it. And it can not only go up, but if it was a quarter end or a particular specific project you needed more capacity for, after it's done, you could shrink it back down again and only pay for what you need when you need it. Now, since we're filling out the entire configuration and people are getting the entire system fully up front, that means they can turn on whatever storage they need when they need it automatically by themselves. I am amazed watching it. All these other vendors in the market recently, and pretty much all of the major other storage vendors have recently announced a storage as a service approach where they'll say, hey, we'll buffer you maybe 20% or 25%, or the most anyone has said is maybe 50% of your capacity. And then you can order what you need online when you need it, and then we'll show up 5 days later or whatever and come into your data center with a rack of devices under our arms, and we'll install it for you, and you won't have to worry about it. Well, nobody wants, especially these days, people coming into their data centers or making any configuration changes more often than they would expect or want. And wouldn't it be nice to not even have to place that order, to just say, well, what's the only thing better than any of that, no matter how easy you make it? Just turning on the storage you need yourself when you need it, and then backing it down when you don't. So we're making it unbelievably easier and simpler than any of these other approaches for people to be able to, with the least disruption and the most predictable cost, which is probably going to be lower anyway, and the least complexity, the greatest simplicity, effortlessly to be able to get more capacity when they need it. So it's not only economically practical, it's physically very practical.